Yeah, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. This is Cracks in Time. I'm your host, Rick. So check this out. I got this very sick, very cool G-Shock G-7500 recently. It was an eBay pickup. I got it nice and cheap. It wasn't in the best shape. It needed a battery. It needed a new strap, which I have since procured and installed. Uh, I had a little issue with the battery, if we're being honest, and that's why there's no video on the battery replacement because I had to, shall we say, jerry rig the latch in order to keep it closed. For the life of me, I couldn't get it closed, and sometimes that's how the ball bounces. And I wasn't gonna show my imperfect methods on the camera. So if we're being honest, that's what happened. The watch, I did gasket seal it. I think it's in good shape. I'm gonna bring it into G-Shock Soho for the pressure test just to make sure everything is good on this watch. But this is a very nice underseen early 2000s G-Shock, maybe 2005. I could be way off on that. But it has a feature here that not many G-Shocks have. Well, first of all, it has vibration alarm, which you can see that right there. And the only other G-Shock that I own that has a vibe alarm is the GD350. And that is a sought after feature. This one has that. This also has something called a yacht timer, because, first of all, we'll get to that in a second. But, here's, you also have your data bank, 30 entries where you could put telephone numbers, but it's 2026, as we know. I mean, it would kind of be cool to put some of your buddies' phone numbers in there just as like a hoot, for like a little novelty. Here's your world time. Love that world time on a G-Shock. Here's all the cities here. Sydney, Australia, shout out. Tokyo, one day maybe we'll get over to Japan. We'll see how that goes. Now here's the timer. Now the timer features something called the yacht timer. Now I'm not that fancy. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not a yachtist. I'm not gonna be on the America's Cup. Rest in peace, Ted Turner. I'm not. That's not my kind of thing. But this timer functions as a yachting timer for races, and it's a cool feature like that. I don't think any other G-Shock has. So basically, I don't really know about yachting races and regattas and all these things of that nature, but the modes on this watch here, if you're in the timer, which we are, and you could see right now it says auto repeat. So that's the mode that I have the timer on. The countdown timer is set to 10 minutes. Let's go to the editing mode or whatever it's called there. Here's your countdown timer, right? So this is for I have it on auto repeat, like I said. Auto repeat is the best mode when when you're timing the starts of match races. Okay, so you want to set it. Let's say you set it to 15 minutes. All right. Now you hit your mode button. Now you're on reset time. You can see that in this window right here. Reset time, it's kind of an alternate countdown start time. After you set a reset time, you can recall it with the press of a button at any time a countdown operation is in progress. So basically when your countdown timer is going during a race or something, if you need to reset it, you could choose up to 5 minutes of reset time, and with one button press, it'll activate that. So let's keep that there. And here you have it on what did I call that? Auto repeat mode. You could see that, and we could switch that to elapsed time. I believe it's this button here. Yes. And you can see that changed to elapsed time. Now, elapsed time is when the end of the countdown is reached. In the elapsed time mode, the timer automatically switches to it automatically switches to another mode that it just starts counting time, right? So I don't really know what that's for, but the elapsed time mode is best when timing the speed of yachts during ocean races. So if you're just timing speed, you want to be in elapsed time. The auto repeat time actually is best for timing the starts of match races. That's right. That's right. So you want to keep it on auto repeat. And now your timer is set. So to activate it, you're going to hit this button here. I believe this is the C button. I'm not really sure what the manual calls it. Timer is going to start. Now, since it's on auto repeat mode, it's just going to automatically restart the countdown once it hits 0. That's something to do with yacht racing. I mean, I don't really understand. You understand? I don't understand. But it's a cool feature. So yeah, and if you wanted to do that reset time, which if you recall we set to 5 minutes, I believe it's this button right here automatically. Nope, that just stops it. Okay, so I'm sorry, that stops it. Maybe it's this button here. No, maybe it's one of these buttons here. Yeah, there it is. Reset time jumped up to 5 minutes. Now you can start the reset time the same way you start the countdown timer by hitting that button. So if you want to interrupt your main countdown and just say, "Oh, I need a reset time, a reset or whatever for the yacht race," you could set that between 1 and 5 minutes. So that's the timer, the yacht timer. I don't know if I did a great job explaining that, but like I said, I'm not a aficionado of yachting. I'm sorry about that. Nor the complexities of timing its races. Here you have your 5 alarms, which is pretty sick. Oh no, 3 alarms. I'm sorry. 3 alarms. Signal on, of course. You can see that. Signal is on, as usual. Your stopwatch. You use this button here on the stopwatch, which is cool, to start and stop it. And after the stopwatch, you go back to your home time. Now this watch, let's get it on the wrist. Right now we got the, what is this? The G-7500. This is not the U, not the updated one. It's the old school one. Nice. Keeping it simple today. I like this watch a lot. You know, 7¼ inch wrist. It's got that early 2000s G-Shock aesthetic. It's got some cool features on it, like that yacht timer. Like I said, for when you're out there yachting, for when you're out there sailing, your hair blowing in the breeze. It's amazing. It also has auto light. If I hold this down, you see the auto EL pop up there. I usually keep that off on watches that have no tough solar, because you don't want to burn the battery. I think the battery on this is only 2 years, maybe, or so. If it's different, I'll put it in the I'll put it on the screen. But I think it's a 2-year battery, so you don't want to really go crazy using auto backlight on it. And that's about it. Let's check out the backlight. So there's the backlight. It does look cool, huh? It looks brighter on camera than it does in person. But even in person, it is a nice EL backlight. It's a cool watch. And I don't remember what I paid for this. $30, $31. And the strap, I got a good deal on the strap, but it is hot, right? I do like this watch. And I see them going for, in nice shape, they go for $65, $70, $75. So, it's a nice early 2000s G-Shock, and I really enjoy it. It's going into the rotation. The G-7500. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, throw me a like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Have a good one. How you doing?